Good if you want me to read to you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyhow, things been along all right. I guess I found out that I had two brothers and a sister. Went to visit them to get to know them, and I became an aunt at 3 years old. So I went and played with them as I was younger to get to know them, but at that time I didn't know that I was their aunt. Well, anyhow, the years went by, and I finally got a job at J.B. Martin, a velvet mill in Norwich. They also had one in Mystic, where my real father and mother worked. And my mother was a twister, and my father did other jobs there. Lo and behold, when I got the job in Norwich, they heard that my last name was Harvick. And they wanted to see who this person was. Well, they all came to see me, and I'm underneath the machines, taking the little threads and twisting them to make velvet. And found out that my mother was doing the same thing when she worked in Mystic.
Wow.
Now, how odd is that? That should ever happen.
Now, what was your mom's name?
Marie.
Marie.
Yeah.
What was her middle name?
Her middle name?
Now, don't worry.
I'd have to look.
And her
it up.
maiden name? Her maiden name was Beauvais?
Her maiden name was Beauvais.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. My real mother came from a big family, about 12, 13 daughters and two brothers.
Damn.
Yeah, big family. My grandmother had a lot of children in those days, and the last one she had was my adopted mother, who was Anna. And she worked out in the fields right after she had her babies. I got
Jeez.
pictures of her out there hoeing the garden.
Oh my gosh.
Anyhow, in those days, they made them tough. You had
Yeah.
to be tough in those days. And in those days, too, you didn't talk back to your mother and father, and everything was hidden from you. Nobody would tell you everything till finally it had to come out. Like not knowing that I had another younger brother. I don't know if I said this before or not, but I had visited a house down in Stonington, which was a stucco house, which I think has turned into a library right now. And that's where my real mother and father lived. I had visited the homes and discovered that I did have a kin.
And that was Uncle Leo.
I went down to the cellar. There was a boy playing with airplanes down there, but nobody introduced us, so I thought it was just a boy playing there. He was 4 years older than me. And didn't meet him till later in years when a relative passed away, and they had the burial of the undertaker in Taffel. So I went outside and stood next to this boy, which I didn't know, and he didn't know me. And my Aunt Della came out and said, well, it's about time you start knowing each other. This is your brother, and this is your sister. Well, we stood there and looked at each other. We didn't know what to say. And in those days, money was scarce, and I think my brother must have been working because at that time he came out of his pocket and handed me a $10 bill. I think that's all he ever had.
Wow.
And he was so glad he had found another sister.
Aw.
After my real mother died, my oldest brother got married at 19, and my sister was in a
Marcus
convent in Baltic for quite a while. And when she came out, she met this man, and they got married.
Aunt Belle? She was in a
Yes.
convent?
Yes, in Baltic.
Wow.
Well, anyhow, I really found out later in life that wondered why she acted kind of strange, but being brought up in a convent, everything's very religious. When she came out, she married this man, and she took my brother and brought him up. as my real father really didn't know what to do.
Because she was a lot older, right? How many years older was Aunt Bill?
I was just looking it up the other day.
That's okay.
I think she was 17 years older, and I think Pete was like maybe 18 years older.
Mm.
And then Leo was only 4 years old, and then I came along.
Mm.
Well, the years went by, and I was permitted to go to Willimantic to meet my relatives. And living in Norwich Town, up on Ferguson Avenue, I used to go to the Congregational Church. And one day, I was at church when I was told there was somebody out in the car wanting to see me. And here it was, my brother Leo. And he wanted me to meet his future wife. She's a very nice lady. I didn't find out till years later that my brother said he was so happy to have a pretty sister. So as the years went by, I used to go to visit them after they were married. When they did get married, I had said to her, and I have pictures of it, that he'd have to carry the name of Harbeck. And I told him he was going to have 5 boys. Well, guess what? He had 5 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm a great, great, great aunt. Not too many can say that these days. Oh, years went by, and working at Debbie Martin at the time, I met a man, and of course I was only 18. You know, you think you know it all at 18, and I couldn't wait to get my own place, and I thought it was wonderful. Well, I did. I married this man from Canterbury. He was a nice man, but things got pretty rough there. Didn't want to go anywhere. I worked very hard in the garden, took care of the cows, brought them to pasture, gave them hay. I did everything but milk cows. Cleaned the cans after they milked the cows. I did everything. And I wanted him. I talked to him about different things. And finally, one day, my in-laws lived downstairs. They were nice people. I had a daughter at 21. Her name was Anne Marie. And she was only a few months old in the crib, and I had to go bring the cows down the pasture. And I asked my...
Let me stop it.